Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It's Shirley with Spirit of Matter. And I'm going to do a little bit of transparent magic with you. So, this is not an astrological magic, although I made sure kind of like that, the degrees are kind of okay. It is Sunday, Sun hour, Sun sitting pretty in the ninth house in Gemini, ascendant ruled by Venus in Libra, ascendant Libra, 90 degrees. And I'm going to do a magic essential oil blend, and I'm going to put certain intentions to it. And I'm going to do it together with you. It's called it transparent magic. So this is also something that we do both with aromatherapy. Also, when you do astrological magic, you do such things. It's just that you integrate more into it. And so the intention, okay, for this one is to basically build a situation where we grow with love, both in our personal relations and in our businesses. Okay? And I'm going to, and this is addressing kind of like the situations where people try to divide each other or create enmities or kind of like doing all kinds of weird magic. So the way I'm going to counter it with this blend is basically to set intention for clear, good, clear communication, good, clear relations, for to grow with love, for to tend to things with curiosity and creativity, and basically to clear the path. Okay, for to clear the path. And let's begin with the oils. So first I put, this is rose essential oil. It is not the edible version. It is Damascena rose. And this one is actually from Turkey. And for the rose, I set intention to grow with love. And for everyone concerned, okay, for us to have the love within, that is, the shine of the reason why we do what we do, and for our intentions and actions to manifest love to one another. So that is my colleagues, my relations, my business, my viewers. And this is rose essential oil. And yeah. Going to put 3 drops. And for the number 3, it's a Jupiter number, but it's also the number for when you see a lot of people using 3, 6, and 9, and they do use it for light and use it the other way. And so for this intention is for this 3 to be always intention and action for love, okay? Genuine benevolence, genuine love, as to alchemy, or what is the genuine intention for always to use that in love, okay? So what tries to invert upon this is bringing it back to alignment, to love. And of course, always orange, very simple, very accessible oil. This one is coming from Brazil. Remember when Brazil was the carnival? So this is an oil that transmutes sadness into joy. So sometimes people, when they do things because of grief, or because they cannot breathe deeply, or because they cannot have abundance in their life, so they project this onto others, or they think other people are of this type of thinking, and this brings back the connection to abundance. Okay, and I want to remind for the viewers, or my people, or my colleagues, or anybody in spirit and in matter exposed to this, when abundant person, yes, go through other people for whatever they speak or they say. What they see is why this person is abundant, and if they put inside, they contribute to that. Okay? So for abundant mindset, for abundant person, they will always see the abundance around. So whatever, for somebody that was reasoning for them to say any such thing is negating that, and again, I'm not talking about exposing corruption, this is always important, but to go back to joy, to go back to abundance, to be able to breathe deeply. And so this is a blessing of the orange, and blessing for the countries as well, for the world and the countries, for Turkey, for Brazil, for where this oil is coming from, and blessing for the people who are doing the labor of work, and for this work to be able to be done with love, and the boundaries respected. Oh my God, I turned on the AC. Hope it's okay. Let's see if it works. Maybe I accidentally fixed it. I have a tiny AC here, and this is going to deepen the breath. So this is orange. And immediately I'm using an oil you wouldn't think that I would use here. This is Manuka for New Zealand. So blessings to New Zealand. Very, 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 very far. Never been there. So Manuka oil is where, if you are feeling stagnant, then you are able to see the light within the situation, for where you are now, everywhere, where you're watching this, whether you're watching this and you're happy, whether you're watching this and you're pissed off, but then for just where you are now, to be permeable to what is light, what is bringing you light, for where the place is dark and needs for stagnation to be dissolved. This Manuka, but it's not just to bring light, it is working like a membrane in energy, for where what is desired and nourishing for you to be absorbed, both on food, on relations, on energies, and also for what is not desired to not permeate. Okay, so this is a good boundary oil, and this allows for releasing stagnation and to grow with love. And so for this, for our relations, our businesses, our loves, yes, Manuka, I believe, is not for pregnancy, where rose and orange is okay, especially in labor. Manuka is not for pregnancy. And I put small drops, yes, for tenderness. And for the next oil, I always get like the feeling of what to use. And the next oil is rock rose or cistus. Some know this rock rose, cistus, lotem, those who know it from Hebrew. It's one of the most important essential oils, but also this is an oil for when a baby is born. A mother or the parent puts the oil on the legs of the baby. And I want to deepen the meaning of this oil. For together, in synergy with the orange and the rose and Manuka, for the conception birthing process of ideas, children, people, relations, projects, okay, for what we do now. The moon is in Cancer and Procyon. I'm going to call on Procyon for this. Is appropriate for when the moon in the 10th house, and I guess the midheaven is now right conjuncting. So bringing the energies for calling on Procyon, and for this conception process and birthing process to be joyous with ease. What this oil does, the sisters, has the ability to break through. If you think of the birthing process, it's breakthrough. From one world, the inner womb, to breaking free and being seen in the world and growing and shining. When the baby's outside, where do you put it? On the feet. Okay? So warm welcoming into the world. And this is why this is so helpful for people who went through traumas. Even extreme traumas helps to release and have experience of warm welcoming into the world. So this is for us to both release, but it's the moon, yes, but now it's growing. So a birthing that is warm welcoming into the world for both ourselves, our ideas, our concepts, our patterns, our relations, and the fruits of our labor. And that's just this very dominant scent. And this is flower blooming. And I want to tell you a story about a colleague who is doing aromatherapy, and she made, Israeli, she made an oil that is a combination of oils. Yes, just very little goes a long way with this one. And it was for people who experience allergy to blooming. And she called this oil, okay, so when you have spring allergies, right? She called, oh, I smell immediately the sisters. She called this oil, her oil, she called it blooming, where in Hebrew the word pricha is both for the time of blooming, but it's also how we name for these spots of allergies on the skin. And I immediately started to laugh, because this is so funny, but it's also so true. And this is another intention into this oil, talk about flowers, okay? So for us to enjoy the blooming of ourselves and our people and the fruits of our labor and our children and our ideas, to enjoy the blooming. And yes, for that to be facilitated. Then, this is, I call this bear oil. Not yet for this? Oh, yes. Bear oil. So for sisters, I don't know if I have the country of origin. This is Spain. Okay? Very, very special. And so this directly tends to what from the nuclei we transform and rebirth into enjoy blooming and birthing and conception and parenting. And for what we grow to bloom so that we like, let's say dating someone, relationship grows, they shine, they bloom, they're more beautiful. You like it. Yes, making you warm, welcoming. So you can enjoy when something is successful. And the next oil is called a bear oil. And if you know, yes, I will say it. But if you had to count in one oil, if I had to counter for the effect for inquisition, for torture, for all these things, for child abuse, for all these things that, or even abuse around the process of labor, okay, the will of the mother. This is oil that's good when the will of the mother was not heard. To put this oil, to work with this oil for the infant and the parent. If I had to counter with the inquisition in one word, in one oil, this is this oil. This is negating the effect of what they do. It's not negating anything, it's just bringing in warm welcoming into the world. That's why this oil is so important. You see, a little bit goes a long way. And oh, the smell of cedarwood. This is Atlas cedarwood, and it's from Morocco. And so this one is giving deep roots, support, especially for the spine. Yes, and I have to say this, I'm half Israeli, half Dutch. You know, in Netherlands we have crime families from also Morocco, but also they would bring certain ideologies that are not so good, and then they bring people from one country, and so people hate this country. Doesn't work so well because people are not easily racist, And so they identify this. Even the most right-wing identify this. So, but what does this Moroccan oil do? It's not Moroccan oil, it's cedarwood, which is here, this one from Morocco. It helps you with the spine. And you know the Dutch people, the very tall people. I'm not joking, very tall people. And so what this does is connecting you with the spirit of the root and the spirit of the tree. It is made from the tree and gives you stability, okay, connects it from the root so that you can grow high, and that even if you're a tall person, tall people usually, they get crunched up with the spine. And so this aligns the spine. It's also containing sesquiterpenes, which is anti-traumatic, and it makes people also less sensitive to words that are said. If you think about the neck, where we tend to crunch up, so the neck expression, and makes people less sensitive to words, particularly words that are said, or something that is said that can affect them. If they're crunched up, they can regain their posture. This is cedarwood. I really like this one. You really have to sniff it. You really have to sniff it live when you get to, because this is, and I call it bear oil. It gives you joy and laughter. Especially for people who work with Al-Qaeda, I recommend adding this, even if it's not prescribed. Try to work with this. And so, taking breathing, but into a place for where you feel supported. And when you feel supported, what happens? You stand erect, right? And you are allowed to stand erect, even when you're very tall, because sometimes what people are afraid of is not how insignificant they are in the world, but how significant. And when they take up the posture and they stand tall, okay, then they're not afraid to do this, and they're not afraid that their shine or their light or their tallness basically is going to make people not like them, or risk them, or that they are thinking too much of themselves because they dare correct the posture. And this is great for this. The next up is mandarin, and this is Citrus nobilis, mandarin. And this one is from Italy. Now that is very interesting. I'm going to try. Of course, we give blessings to these countries, to Morocco, to Italy, to Spain, to Turkey, to New Zealand, for Wiccato oils. And mandarin, it has a bit of a warm, musky smell, but also citrus and light. It's a very special citrus oil. And this one is for inner child and to spring into action. Is connecting second sex chakra, relational chakra, to the speech chakra. It's also very dominant. Some people, when you peel the mandarin, they're like, oh, I can't stand this, I can't stand this. This is a very good oil to unblock energy blocks and to realign basically lower chakras and higher chakras, and particularly relational chakra and action, throat, speaking. And this is very, very useful. And gives you necessary warmth, but also coolness, the coolness of spring. And so, I wonder how does that relate with Italy? I need to know Italy, yes, a bit more. Because this is energies coming from Italy, and I need to get acquainted with them. The spring one into action. If you feel stagnant, it's also good for children who fight with their parents. So it's balancing the relational and your ability to speak up. Or if you know where there are families, maybe in this way, where there are families where you don't speak to your elders, but you have to do then things at a roundabout way, and then you have to lie. So this one can treat this, because when you treat the relational chakra, you can find the words to express your creativity in a way where you spring into action, and in a way where it's not fighting. And also give you good advice is where your elders, what you rebel, when you rebel, okay, a younger generation, you must look to your elders because they rebelled. You are just continuing the rebellion tradition. And this, I think, connects me to that. You're continuing the tradition. So when you are fighting with your parents, you basically did what your parents did. Then how you do. If you can connect to that, and if you sniff this oil, they remember that. Okay? And then you don't fight with them so much, because now you have a point of relation. I rebel you, you rebelled your parents. What would come of you if you wouldn't rebel your parents? Okay? How would you make a person out of yourself? And so that can alleviate and bring joy, bring laughter, but also spring you into action. Not to have to go the roundabout way or to lie about what you want to achieve and so, but definitely not to family. And of course, very classic, lavender. And this is from Bulgaria. And this is, yes, it's very interesting, because family, you always have the people come from here, people come from there. So my life is very interesting. I had a best friend that was from Bulgaria and was the exact birthday of my niece, I think, yes, the daughter of the brother of the mother. Yes, but her mother was coming from Bulgaria, but there were bad relations between the parents. But for me, for whenever I had for like a best friend, or even in astrology, or many things, or even Rose the Messena, before I work with this one from Turkey, so many good things from Bulgaria. I got so much. And I don't know how it works. Maybe you want to look in your family tree for you see something balancing. It's like if you got something that is not your fault, somebody may be jealous of you, maybe doesn't like you, maybe, I don't know, but you see that they come, so that you will not hate the place, or that you will not hate things around them. You will have around you many good things coming from there, many good things. And so for me, I got only good things from Bulgaria, great things from Bulgaria. And so this is big reverence and big blessings. And as per lavender, lavender is an oil where you're connected to love, authentic love. So if you want, let's say, relationship or business, where you're authentically yourself, where you are who you are, and successful being authentically yourself, both for business, both for love, which is very important, to be authentically who we are and be loved, and our partners to be authentically who we are and be loved, then lavender is excellent. And I tell you more about this lavender, because I was working with someone in her company, international company, and she did a good thing. She took all of us, the employees, the contractors basically, and we made meditation. At that time, I learned the first course for aromatherapy. And we all made meditation. This was on Zoom, so everybody in different place. And the meditation was to what we want to create, and also for what we want to create for the business. Okay? So basically how we bring in about our shine to the business. This is very intelligent, so we can express ourselves and so on. And she did give place to people, to their voices, to their ideas, the income as well. Yes, I don't know all the nitty-gritty, but it was very intelligent thing to do. Then I was working with lavender, because I had lavender oil. So I put one spot of lavender for the meditation. And I got it immediately that I need to study, to take the second course. But to take the second course with learning how to make body butters and all these things immediately, and more oils. I went for the oils, but later I will make body butters as well. And this was when I got this by meditation with lavender. And so when you want to open your heart where your heart's desire is, this is where a very simple, very accessible, and this is Lavandula angustifolia. So you want to make sure it's Lavandula angustifolia. That is critical in this one, so that you get the good one. Always buy from distilleries, not pyramids. Yes, businesses that you know, either through practitioners that are, that know how to do this naturally, don't have to be certified in the sense of like diploma, but that they actually practice this. So this is important. And this is lavender. Now, as for how I use this, before I'm going to top it, I always like to sniff a little. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So this one also, I'm going to add another oil. And so, 2 oils. For the first one, is coming from Thailand, and this is benzoin. And what is Thailand very known for? Forced sex trafficking. So why am I adding an oil from Thailand? Because in our industries, in our relations, the many forces to try to force people to enslavement, to trafficking, and so on and so forth. And they come in all kinds of ways and shapes and forms, and they try to interfere with the sexual energy, creative energy, fertile energy. For this is blessing for the people in Thailand, and for people who deal with such people that try to to interfere with your creative and sexual energy. Okay? For this, for you to stay focused and you to stay, for us to stay present for the sexual energy, pleasure is something that is blessed and good. And for the people who try to interfere for this sexual energy, and immediately what happened? I say, always sniff. Yes, always sniff. And then I sniff and I'm like, oh, it's good. It came from the sex chakras. I like the smell. Oh my God, it's good. And then immediately I felt those attempts to intervene with the sexual energy. And I want you also to understand that the people who do this are people that were tortured and put in situations for when this is what comes up for them for sexuality. So it's not about bashing or shaming anyone. It's about creating for sexuality and pleasure and the ability to connect with pleasure in a way where it's facility, where it's flowing, where it's abundant, where it's generous, and generously benevolent to both ourselves, our bodies, for our energies, okay? For only the energies that we are enjoying, to feel, to be in those situations, okay? And for the people for where the nervous system is a bit weird like that, or for they can have some reactions and so on, and maybe don't even pay attention that this is not what the other person wants. So for them, for us, and for people to be more removing the shame around pleasure and having a more place for communication. Okay, for example, what you like, other person may not like, and you have to build a presence in your body and in your sexual pleasure for when it's not interfering, your boundaries are respected in sexuality, inside and outside of bed, your sexual energy respected and sexual energy boundaries respected. This is for all of us to have that. And it's also with this place for pleasure is giving a place for you to enjoy your presence and is supporting you in time of chaos. It's very good to put under your feet where your between your ankle and your feet. Okay, so this is also part that's connecting with the genitals and is very good, yes, to work with it yourself so that you are aligning your sexual energy. So when you come to be, whether astral or not, with another person, yes, you align, okay? And you're benevolent to you and to others. If you're benevolent to you, very likely you'll be benevolent to others. So, yeah. That is so. So for us to be able to enjoy each other's joy, also sexual joy. Okay, for when you see sexual joy, is joy to you. When you see sexual joy for partner, is joy to you. For when you see sexual joy for yourself, is joy to you. It's very important. And this is to retrieve that when people really don't have this. So we can enjoy sexuality in a aligned way. And next one is, Belgium, of course. So this one is from Belgium. And I'm going back to the sea. And you know I live in Israel, there are a lot of fumbling with the word seed, which is zera in Hebrew. And again, attempting to do all kind of not good things from the seed level, or to plant not good seeds. Yeah, I always say plant good seeds today. And seeds is Jupiter, is also the consciousness. The child, the guru, teacher, spouse, for people who look for Jupiterian energy. And it's also the seed or the sperm. And this is a line in consciousness. For those who believe in angels or archangels, then it's Angelica, Archangel Angelica, healing from the angels. So for those who are connected to angelic energy, crown, okay, coming from the crown. Remember my other video where I said the trees, they grow from the crown, okay, they grow from the air that creates the photosynthesis even when the seed is in the soil, and then the breathing, and then breathing, Jupiter, lungs, and then roots, lungs, grow down, and then the plant or tree begins to grow up. Angelica is realigning this energy from the seed, from the core. The seed that is good, and this is very protective healing for even if you got your energy, your seed or your sperm intervened in some ways, whether alchemical or whatnot, for to bring it back to alignment. Protection back to alignment. Where is it made? Belgium. And for what the reason when I bought this, I used it the first for tending to the topic of SRA, where the children tortured and put in situation where the child spies and so on, and to tend to this topic, to realign from the seed, miraculous healing from the seed, from the core, to be able to return to love from the seed, from the core, of even when you're adult, of even when a child has been through this. And so to tend to this topic, British oil is coming from this country where a lot of these things are programmed in this way. Those who know, and this also country knows for many other good things, yes, but this is sending blessings to Belgium for these children. Because at the underneath of what's going on, of what the energies, whether it's your business, you try to grow a business, you try to grow a relationship, this and that is from the core, is those children. So for you, for to bring to alignment those energies and to heal, and to for these children to heal, and for these children to be free, and for us to be free, and have from the seed alignment as we grow. Very strong scent. Yes. And this one is not, it is Angelica seed. Okay, so it's not the phototoxic one. which is important if you use oil like for other purposes. And even a little bit goes a long way. It's going to be felt. Of course, it's anti-traumatic. It is, yes, tending to where people are getting ailments, but they don't know where the ailment is coming from. It's good for people who deal with addiction. Again, going back to the seed, Jupiter, Neptune. So let's... Wow, perfect. And I'm going to top it up with some, let's see, yeah. I'm going to top it up with some sesame oil. Or do I have another? Okay, let's see if I have another thing. Well, let's see. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to top it, yes, with sesame oil. You can top it with jojoba, which is long-lasting sesame. It's also great. And this is going to be something, yes, that's my... Yes, what I like about these oils, I'm going to stir it up. And for this, I think I have what I need here. This is going to be my Grow with Love oil. And that is so. And this is to align what needs to be aligned. So that is kind of transparent magic, benefic magic. And the way we use these blends, I'm going to always take, even if you purchase one for me. And before I send you, it comes open. Why? Because the first drop, always, I use the first drop. Why? You see it really in a minute. So I'm going to use the first drop on me. Immediately I want to give it all go. So one, I don't know, freedom of expression. Wow. You see, we'll get what to do with things. Oh my God, this is so good. Got the word embrace. Embrace ease. Okay. So yes, embrace ease. Embrace ease. I'm going to put it down. Okay. So embrace ease, grace, love. There are two types of silence. One is not really silence, but the other one is where you are at peace. And that type of silence, where you are at peace, is come with embracing grace, love, and embracing ease. Let's see if I can have, yes, it's going like this. And I have, let's see to put it in here. Oh, not really. So I will have it right next to this. So yes, this was transparent magic for you. See, very simple, very easy. I set the intentions directly, set the energies directly. I love the scent. I'm gonna probably be using it a lot. So now it's recorded, and I hope we can take from this energy and to, yes, what doesn't need to be can dissolve. And this is part of my practice. So enjoy.